Before we start the music, let me present you the incredible, my assistant, Nick. Here we go. Hey Mark, this is a song I wrote for a major movie pitch. They wanted a song like Tom Petty's Learning to Fly. I wrote the words and music and produced the track, so this is 100% a solo effort. I had 1 day to mix it, just tracked vocals yesterday. This is just my quick rough mix. Any suggestions to improve clarity and make it sound closer to Tom Petty would be appreciated. That's fantastic. Those are the professionals. They get shit done.
Yeah.
So shout out to my boy Dimitri in New York. Love you, man. Hope all is well with you and your family. We have only listened to this for half a minute, and you guys definitely need to know, all we're preparing for this session is the camera, the light, the sound. We're analyzing while we're listening.
First impression.
It's really important to act on your first impression. You know, if you want attention for a mix and a song that you're doing, it's all about the first impression, you know. You can listen to a song 100 times and find something. The consumer out there gets only one chance, you know. If that car passes along the street, plays the song, and you love it, then that means the mix rocks. So, Nick, roll the song.
With a single step, it all begins. Ain't made it yet, but I'm with the wind. The journey is long, it's 1,000 miles, and there is no map, 'cause it's all freestyle. But I'm learning to breathe, and I ain't seen the light. But I'm flying through the waves and dancing underwater. I'm playing by ear, but it's sounding alright.
So first quick assessment. Backing track sounds
Backing track is
pretty dope. I mean, we can go a little more into detail, and I mean, as Dimitri says, this is a rough vocal. He just recorded the vocals, and I would imagine he slapped a compressor on it, a little bit EQ, and he wanted to bring out the treble a little bit. And when you bring out the treble and the mic is bright already, do we have a guess what mic he's using?
It's a large diaphragm condenser mic, I guess.
Nick, tell me, what do we do with these vocals?
First, we need them dry because they are really hurting, and
so I mean, he said he needs to get this rough mix done for tomorrow. So I mean, Dimitri, we're absolutely willing to help you out here. We will definitely be able to kill it on the vocal. Remove that compressor and that EQ. Give us a dry vocal. I mean, if you want, you can do a bit of a leveling, but not using compression. Using automation, which means look at spots that are a little low in level, look at stuff that jumps out a bit, try to automate those a little bit. So give us a consistent performance from top to bottom. I don't think there's any tuning necessary. This sounds like an absolute dope Nashville type singer, so this won't be a problem. Give us the dry vocal and the backing track. I'm not sure if you have access to separate stems from the backing track. If not, give us the backing track and we'll do a mixed backing track, 2 vocals. If you have access to elements, you can just stem out kick, bass, guitars.
Bass, guitar, snare, rest of the drum kit and whatever.
Backing track is fine. If you want to stem it out, stem it out.
I mean, we can listen to the backing track with more focus on the backing track and see what's going on there.
I don't know the situation here. Whatever he has, I mean, backing track sounds very solid already. How would we deal with the mess, the treble and the compression if we couldn't get our hands on the dry vocal? Roll off the highs maybe?
Maybe.
Can we give it a try?
We can give it a try. We got the Klanghelm VUMT here, over here. That's a pretty useful tool. High pass filters and dynamic EQ, mono maker section and all this. Enable the filter. 60 degrees. Pull it down to 8K. That's much better.
Been a long time coming.
course, you're losing a lot of height and the cymbals of the drum kit, but it's possible. So.
But I'm very thankful whenever we get something like this. If you get your hands on a separate backing track.
Yeah,
and
sure.
vocal.
Stems are always better.
Okay, let's have a listen a bit more. Maybe we can find something on the backing track. You can give some tips.
I left my house on a cloudy day. The climb was steep, but it's okay.
Low end is a bit thick.
Yeah.
You can hear between the kick and the bass is tightly rough. I think at around 80, maybe there's a problem. It would be interesting to put a notch in there. Just a little. Yeah. So next put in a notch around 80 Hertz.
And boost the low end overall. To give it a little bit more weight. The notch keeps it clean and
yeah, it's better.
It's more defined. Yeah. So that's very simple way.
So we have a spot there where there's only the backing track and no vocals.
Fill.
I have a feeling, you know, I mean, whether this is the case or not, I want to quickly discuss it. In songwriting, as I mentioned, you often have the situation that you're working to a backing track. The producer who gives you the backing track obviously makes it as fat as possible, then slams a bass compressor and a limiter on it, and
classic.
So it's really big sounding, and the problem you get there is then when you add a vocal, you're not really adding it organically to the backing track. So you have to pretty much carve out the frequencies in gain staging. It's if you have a bucket of water that's already full, but the vocal is another couple liters of water that you need to fill in. You need to carve that out. One of the modern solutions we have here is to use a multi-band compressor. You put on the backing track, trigger compression by the vocals. So whenever the vocals is there,
set up a sidechain and
you set up a
feed it
sidechain
to the multi-band compressor.
And what you push back is the band where the vocals have the most energy. So if, for example, the most energy in the mids
3 to 8K.
Yeah, 1, 3, 8K. That means whenever the vocals having a certain level, it pushes the mid-range a bit back.
Yeah.
In case the backing track is slammed. And, you know, I see it when we're mixing here, a lot of the times when we're getting close to the finish line, all the instruments and vocals go through one bass compressor and through one limiter. We often try to route the lead vocals, especially when you have ballads, you know, where you want the vocal as clear and upfront as possible. What we often do is route the vocal around the mix bus for the backing track, which means you still get that compact glue for the mix bus, even put some kind of limiting on it, but the vocal gets a separate treatment, so it's not affected by any
compression, gentle compression.
Exactly, slower compression, slower attacks, slower releases.
And also the vocal isn't triggered by instruments like the kick, the bass. It really works great on ballads and fragile vocal parts. Yeah, I can put some links in the comments of this around mixing vocals to backing track, around gain staging. Yeah. A great super talented songwriter doesn't have to be a great super talented engineer. Whatever happens in this world, people will always sing the melody, and a great song is always more important than great sound. But of course,
every songwriter who has a great song at hand, guy like Dimitri, knows the value of a good mix. The mix can help your song to get more attention, more easily recognized by a listener as a great song. And that's pretty much what we're doing here. That was a quick one. Dimitri knows what to do. If he's watching now, if he's not watching, I'll send him an email. I mean, we're honestly thinking about doing these every day, because at the moment we're working on an album project from one artist, where it's like 10, 12 songs from one artist. We're in this tunnel focusing on this artist. The greatest thing you can do in mixing is to have a break.
Have a Kit Kat.
To do something completely different. And come back fresh into your mix. So we'll be doing many more of these, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're putting this on YouTube as well. Just type in Mark Mozart on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And there's lots more content around mixing on there. That's it for today. We'll stop the live stream and hope you guys will tune in again tomorrow in the afternoon. See you soon. Bye bye.
With a single step, it all begins. Ain't made it yet, but I'm with the wind. The journey's long, it's 1,000 miles, and there is no map, 'cause it's all freestyle. But I'm learning to breathe, I ain't seen the light, but I'm flying through the waves and dancing underwater. I'm playing by ear, but it's sounding alright. Flying through the waves and dancing underwater. All I know is it's been a long